I was thinking about Scott's presentation there about what he learned at iDMAa and what the ideas were for me that I got from the iDMAa conference. And I actually go back to the conference after the one that he was talking about. And I was doing a presentation a bit like Scott was saying, kind of my usual thing where I'm talking about the Interactive Media Studies program here at Miami and how interdisciplinary we are and the way that we cut across all the different divisions, and that's sort of kind of our thing. I was talking about the challenges that are involved in that. And one of the big challenges for us has always been how we have faculty placed within our organization as well as the other departments and divisions at Miami. And so how do we kind of deal with that balance, particularly with respect to promotion and tenure, because that's really kind of where the rubber hits the road for a lot of faculty. And so I was discussing the challenges with that, and someone raised their hand in the back and said, well, tell me about how people are promoted and tenured within your program. And I described what is a fairly traditional type of model where they're promoted and tenured within a department, but they're sort of assigned to work within interactive media studies. And I remembered that the person who had raised their hand said, well, then they're not really in interactive media studies, are they? I mean, how do you really create an environment that gives them the proper incentives without having them being part of what you are from a promotion and tenure perspective? And so I said, well, we just couldn't do that. It just didn't make sense. There wasn't any structure within the institution to do that. And the great thing about iDMAa conferences is the kind of response that you get in that exchange, that sort of back and forth you have with the kind of people who are there who are thinking about what are, I think, really sort of frontier issues, is the person said, well, why not? Why can't you do it? I mean, what prevents you from doing it? How would you want to do it? And so we had this exchange where in the discussion I began to get a sense of how we could create something new, something different, where we would define a promotion and tenure package and track that would be specific to a person, where we would create a committee of people across lots of different divisions, and how we would kind of create those incentives that we talked about in the conversation to help someone be the best they can in an interdisciplinary setting. And that's always been a challenge for us. And to be challenged the way I was in that presentation, and the kind of ideas and exchange that eventually led us to develop our program and our structure for promoting and tenuring people from this point on, I actually attribute that entirely to that conversation. That's what really got it going. Because the great thing about iDMAa conferences is, as opposed to kind of what I did on my summer vacation type of presentation, you get these conversations, these exchanges with people who want to solve problems, who share your ideas and who share your concerns, and help work with you to see things maybe that you hadn't seen before. So I agree with Scott. Some of my best ideas have come from iDMAa conferences, and I'm looking forward to this year's conference at SCAD and looking forward to those new ideas coming forward again.